Good evening. It's Tuesday, January 25th. We want to get you caught up on the biggest story of the day.
And we begin this evening with an arrest made in the killing of a baby boy in Atlanta. 22-year-old DeCasey Little now in custody. Police say 6-month-old Grayson Fleming Gray was caught in the crossfire of a shootout yesterday. He was riding with his mother when bullets pierced their car. Our Crystal Bowie has the latest.
Rick and Sean, it was right over here that baby Grayson was shot and killed. Today, the mother came back to the scene to process the violence.
We shouldn't be living in a world like that.
Standing near the spot where her 6-month-old baby was shot and killed.
All these lights shine onto the wall to make stars and moons.
Carrie Gray clings onto his favorite toy.
This is how he went to sleep every night.
The new mother was by the food mart in northwest Atlanta when she heard sudden pops.
And when I opened up the back door, he was slumped forward, and at first I thought he was asleep. And the bullet had gone through the trunk and through his eye and up his back.
Atlanta police say the pair was caught in the crossfire of a shooting. Grayson died at the hospital.
I still can't get the blood off my hands.
Gray came back to look for clues and to get closure.
It changed my life forever. And now I know.
While Grayson's grandfather,
He's a 6-month-old baby. And he wasn't doing anything to anybody.
a retired homicide detective, breaking down at the crime scene.
Just started to crawl. You know, you knew he was recognizing you when you came in.
We are still early in this investigation.
Police announced they've arrested 22-year-old DeQuasi Jonathan Little, who they say was the shooter.
Not only have you taken my son away from me, but you have now caused fear in the people that live in this neighborhood.
And now what's left is the memories of her one and only son.
He was very animated. The personality came out of him from day one.
And this here again is another look at the suspect. I did look up his criminal record. Mayor Andre Dickens did say he had a lengthy criminal past, and we were able to find multiple assault charges. Reporting live in Atlanta tonight, Crystal Bowie, CBS 46 News.
Our condolences to that family there. New details tonight. A drug deal ends in a triple shooting at a Southwest Atlanta gas station. Police say the drug deal turned into a robbery. 2 of the victims were found in a shot-up car at the Chevron on Campbellton Road. The other was found in a nearby apartment complex. Residents there say they heard the gunshots.
I heard all the gunshots. By the time I came up here, I didn't see none. Because right there where I stayed, you could hear a gunshot, and it was so bad.
How many do you think you heard?
I heard about 10 gunshots. I heard it this morning, I heard it yesterday, I hear it every day.
We're told all 3 shooting victims are expected to survive. So far, no charges have been announced.
New tonight, a Georgia deputy is shot point blank and survives. A warning, though, this video is jarring.
What do you got in there?
I have nothing in here.
Okay.
Nothing.
I'm just asking.
This is my home.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Deputy John Kyle had just pulled over Zachary Olivar for a routine traffic stop in Jones County. Fortunately, the gunshot hit his bulletproof vest, saving his life. Olivar was arrested shortly after.
Survey shows Georgia restaurants are struggling with the new recent COVID surge. According to the National Restaurant Association, 74% of restaurants surveyed say business is worse now than it was 3 months ago. Only 2% have seen conditions improve during that time. Nearly 90% say they have seen a decline in demand for indoor dining. Staffing shortages also remain a problem.
Everybody has had to reduce their hours of operation. Restaurants are not open past 9 o'clock at night now. Many restaurants, most restaurants like to be open 7 days a week. Most restaurants are closing at least 2 days a week to give their staff time off because, again, they are understaffed.
Overall, more than 4,000 Georgia restaurants have permanently closed since the start of the pandemic, according to the Georgia Restaurant Association.
Former U.S. Senator and current Republican candidate for Governor David Perdue is in quarantine, having tested positive for COVID-19. According to his campaign, the results came back during routine testing yesterday. We're told Senator Perdue is not experiencing any symptoms. He's fully vaccinated. He has also gotten a booster shot.
New at 6, $91,000. That's just how much an Atlanta townhome complex owes the city for water. One woman says residents just aren't paying. CBS 46's Adam Murphy live there tonight with more on. Adam, this is a stunning story.
Well, good evening. This is a stunning story, and I can tell you this is a fairly new property here on Cypress Lane in Atlanta, but already they're in some deep financial trouble with the city of Atlanta.
I'm running for president, HOA president of Southwood Reserve Townhomes.
Denise Harris decided it's time to take matters into her own hands. She's lived in this Atlanta townhome for nearly 3 years and said more than half of the people living at Southwood Reserve aren't paying their fair share for water.
I'm disgusted by it because I'm unemployed, been unemployed since 2020, and I'm making it work. It's about sacrifice.
Each townhome owner has their own water meter and is required to pay for service. But Harris said nearly 70% of those living here are not.
If somebody doesn't stand up and step up and do the right thing and make sure everybody is on the same page of making sure everything gets paid, then this community is going to go down, and it's going down fast like the Titanic.
According to this disconnection notice from the city of Atlanta, Southwood Reserve Townhomes owes more than $91,000.
It's been a final disconnect bill for 3 years.
Harris fears that city officials will turn off water to the property if the bill isn't paid soon. So CBS 46 questioned HOA President Valerie Baker about it.
But are you working to make sure that everybody who lives here is paying properly?
We're doing our best to get the people to pay, yes, sir.
If elected as the next president, Harris said she intends to hold every resident accountable before it's too late.
I don't owe anyone anything. And I know a lot of other people around here don't owe. It's the ones that really do owe, and they think that they're getting away with it, but they're not.
And no official word on if or when the city of Atlanta may disconnect water to this entire property. To this point, they continue to send out disconnection notices like this with that total amount on it. Next up now, we have reached out again to the president of the HOA out here and asked about a time to meet and discuss solutions, and we're waiting to hear back. We're live here in Atlanta. Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.
New tonight from the state capitol, Senate Republicans are laying out legislative priorities for 2022 and some new bills being filed focusing on schools, protests, even social media censorship. CBS 46 Capitol reporter Haley Mason is live breaking down the agenda for us. Haley.
Rick, it's an interesting compilation of priorities ranging from media and social media and technology and guns, even to a critical race theory and what should and shouldn't be taught in the classroom. Republican leaders met with us today to tell us what they will see as important this legislative session.
I believe our Senate Republican caucus stayed focused on getting real results.
Senate Republicans coming together to applaud their accomplishments and outline 4 top priorities for this year's legislative session.
These are things that we, as the entire caucus, say are worth fighting for.
First, public safety. Senator Randy Robertson filing a bill to punish rioters who commit vandalism at protests and penalize city leaders who don't stop riots.
When local elected officials made the decision to have law enforcement in the city of Atlanta to stand down, they should have been held accountable.
From the streets to the internet, lawmakers planning to take on big tech to stop them from selling user data and to ban social media censorship of conservative comments.
I will introduce legislation to protect Georgia users across all major social media platforms from the ongoing censorship that has unfairly targeted conservatives.
And in the classroom,
we believe that there are concepts in Georgia colleges and universities and seeping down into our K-12 schools.
Senator Bo Hatchett filing a bill this week to ban critical race theory and teachings like it.
They should not be taught that an individual, solely because of his or her race, ethnicity, or skin color, is inherently racist, oppressive, or has some type of prejudice.
The group applauded their work passing Georgia's election integrity law. They see it as a standard for safe elections.
Senate Bill 202, a monumental election integrity law that has become the national model.
At the same time, a new effort coming from Democrat Representative Donna McLeod seeking to completely reverse Senate Bill 202. A bill she filed today will remove the changes made in the new election law that's already in effect for this election cycle. And the Republican lawmakers said they would not be answering questions today. They instead encouraged us to read the bills that they were going to be filing this week and then come back to ask questions through the week. Reporting live inside the state capitol, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
Developing tonight, cracking down on rental properties. Cobb County looking to make big changes so the homes are rented out.
CBS 46's Jamie Kennedy spoke with government officials who say this is all about safety and security for neighborhoods.
Short-term rentals around the metro have regularly made headlines as party houses and a nuisance for neighbourhoods, but also a great opportunity for people to make extra income. After 2 years of work, the Cobb County Commission is looking to regulate these growing gig economy businesses.
We initially brought this in 2020 for consideration for a code amendment, a good working session with some stakeholders, including representatives of the Short-Term Rental Owners Association of Georgia.
The county wants a number of proposals introduced, including obtain a newly created short-term rental permit, comply with building codes, limit stays to less than 30 days, and have a designated local contact agent to address issues. Many homeowners agreeing with a majority of the proposals.
It's their property and they're responsible for whatever happens on it.
A big issue for officials is keeping a record of how many short-term rentals are operating. Smyrna City Council found last year they had 253 short-term rentals available, with 80% offering the entire unit. They are also considering an ordinance and will add a limit of 180 days within the year for properties.
I don't think that's kind of okay, because if it's your personal business, you should be able to run it the way you want to run it.
Cobb County says they will also introduce a penalty system.
First violation within a 12-month period would still be $500, $750 for the second violation within a 12-month period. And then the third violation with the 12 months would result in revocation of the certificate.
The Cobb County government will hold a public hearing on the proposed ordinance tonight at 7 and also tomorrow. In Cobb County, Jamie Kennedy, CBS 46 News.
A crime alert tonight. Shots fired outside a second Atlanta restaurant in just the last 2 days. The latest shooting happening early this morning outside Chic Restaurant and Lounge on Trinity Avenue. Police say someone fired off at least 13 gunshots. We checked, no one hurt. It comes on the heels of a shooting outside the local Luna on Sunday night. The landlord just terminated that restaurant's lease.
We just can't tolerate someone who is not operating in a way that's respectful and responsible for the community. We'd given him enough chances to operate in a responsible way.
Police are still looking for suspects in both restaurant shootings.
5 people are being treated for smoke inhalation after a fire at a College Park condominium. It happened this afternoon at the Camelot condos on Old National Highway. Investigators say there is significant damage to the lower level of one of the buildings. The cause of the fire is still being investigated.
Only on CBS 46, we hear from the dump truck driver who caused that crash that trapped a woman inside her car. Police say the truck collided with a car yesterday in Lithonia on Rogers Lake Road. The car rolled into a ditch. The truck landed on top of it. The dump truck driver told CBS 46 he was only going 35 miles per hour when he hit loose asphalt and lost control of the road.
I didn't have control of the truck after that, and it landed on top of her. You know, I went down there and I grabbed her hand and I said, "Ma'am, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." I said they need to fix these regular roads down through here.
Crews freed the woman in just under an hour. She was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Police have cited the truck driver for failure to maintain lane.
New at 6, the DeKalb County Jail is adding new security measures. The Sheriff's Office just installed new full-body scanners at entrances to the facility on Memorial Drive. We're told they will be able to detect weapons and contraband from visitors, employees, and arrestees as well.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.